following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Did you really only do it, well, mostly do it to not piss off your older sister?
Not just my older sister, but all three of them. They're all gifted in their fields. Very gifted.
No, were they gifted or did they just work hard?
Both. I mean, you look at them, you've got one that's in charge of the elite unit, commando unit in the fleet. You've got one that's training new elites coming through, and you've got one that's solving crimes on a planet that
is crimes,
you know?
Yeah, she's a detective.
Still alive.
And she's not corrupt. It's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
How much of that was your mother created quite a legacy to live up to?
And that's it. We all strive to be the best.
I just thought of a certain song. Gotta
Best.
catch them all.
Gotta
Around.
be the best, because the best is the best, and the best and the best, the best. Yeah. So, of course, because you... Oh, I think I see it now. It all makes sense. I mean, correct me if I'm incorrect, but your sisters, for the most part, had their mother's footsteps to follow in. But you had 4 sets of footsteps to follow.
Yeah.
So you tried to jump the gun to make sure that you could be the best by skipping out on your youth and immediately going into commando training at the earliest opportunity.
I thought it was the right thing to do.
Maybe it was. I mean, look where you are.
Yeah, a mercenary.
Well, you're a sidewinder.
I wish I could think that was special.
I know!
You get paid 200
Just
credits
got-
a week. Come on.
You just got 2 medals. Literally today. And you're dating the hottest volleyball player in the league.
Third hottest. Fourth, if we count. Not necessarily the currently active roster. Fifth, if we're talking all time.
Stop making me slip.
Yeah.
Like, are you saying you regret your life?
No.
Ignore the fact that, exactly. Ignore the fact that your older sister is pissed off at you. Like, I'm not trying to demean your relationship, but tip of the iceberg compared to everything else, right? Like,
Can I just tell you something it might occur to you that could be a potential problem in your future? You just got a brand new sister. She's met all the rest of your family, and that all happened. But that happened immediately after your eldest sister said that she would quit the family.
No, replacement syndrome.
Yeah. So, and no one's even sent her a memo to go hey, you've got a new sister. She's already been excluded.
I was going to say, she doesn't even know that the other sisters come
thing
into
is,
the...
I would invite her in, but she doesn't respond or answer anything I
Yeah,
send.
but it's the offer that's important.
Yep. I would have sent her something to say, can we talk? But again, I don't get responses. I do send them.
Okay, well, this just you need to tell Ken you
Or
said
she,
it
or
'cause
she
it-
does get responses, it's like, leave me alone, you P1 whore, basically.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yep.
I mean, you heard my conversation with her. She's pretty unreasonable.
As
Maybe
like,
a little unbalanced.
like when I say I tell my sisters, it is sisters.
Well, I mean, I was
Yeah, all
legitimate.
22 of them.
I was legitimately under the impression there was like at least 5.
I mean, I was thinking above 10, honestly.
Yeah, so was I.
This is misapprehension that your old maid was...
Because for a while there, she was having like the conversation with a new sister every week, and it was like, man, this is just not stopping. There's a new sister every week. Holy shit!
That, and there's a sister present, and then she talks about my other sisters. So it's just like
Yeah,
that.
so it sort of all piles up in my head. There's lots of them.
And then her
I'm
mum
still
was
sure there's another one out there you don't know about.
Well, if you ever look at the gaps between
Yeah,
this,
yeah, you mama ho. There's no way it's only 4. Man, all with different partners too. There's a word for that.
It's low.
It's normal when you're a sorry.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah. Because most of the time your freaking partners die every, like, 50 years. So
He's not wrong.
I mean, I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, boo-hoo, I lived for 1,000 years doesn't sound like a problem.
it's like,
Oh,
none
yeah,
of your
no.
sisters have the same dad.
no.
Do they even have the same mother then? Are these just people you
Except
met?
for one, except for
Just
one of
kidnap
them.
these children?
All but one.
Sus.
I mean, we have to dig into the sitcom that is Tiala's life because holy shitballs.
That's okay, when we do the prequel and we all went to college with us, even the ones of us who weren't alive back then.
I gotta say, I'm not sure it's so much sitcom as it is like soap opera and fucking Days of Our Lives.
Yep.
Days of Our Very Long Lives.
We'll get a spin-off.
So
Thus spake Tiala Davo.
changed into like millenniums of our lives.
Maidens of our lives.
And everybody gets shuffled off the show if they reach matriarch age.
I can't believe Nathan Fillion started off in one of those fucking shitty soap operas before he...
I can. A lot of actors got their start in those things. Less so these days. These days you just start up a Twitter profile and be like, I have pronouns, and you just get jobs, cause.
Disney will put you in something.
Yeah, and that something will fail, and then they'll blame something else.
Oh, and good news, Jodie Whittaker has finally actually quit Doctor Who.
Yeah, I saw that. Not that it's going to save the show.
No, exactly.
No, I just wanted to give people some kind of good news.
I'm sure somehow it's the fault of toxicity.
Oh yeah, toxic masculinity.
What's this from the down?
I think I'm missing a thing.
Toxicity.
Yeah, they have a song called Toxicity.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a good job.
So, yeah, you should.
Thought it was good.
You should cheer up. It's one angry sister you can just ignore, not have to deal with, and your life can be perfectly happy.
I'm not saying my life isn't happy at the moment.
There you go.
You're dating a super hot volleyball player. Your mother's essentially your mother-in-law's like a Sports Illustrated model who owns a beach resort. You're
I
a
own a beach resort.
you're a
I-
millionaire
I-
and a
I-
super secret spy bag.
I own a beach resort.
Your boss is basically...
A James Bond culinary masterpiece, master sniper,
Space James Bond Batman.
space Ghost.
You're right, your boss is a piece of shit.
Space.
And you essentially have minions.
Banana?
Banana?
That's all it takes.
I don't actually understand minions, but
Well,
I know
us.
that reference.
Oh, you mean minions literally as in those little yellow
Those
line?
little
Well,
being.
if the beach
One-eyed
fortress happens to include a volcano lair, we're all set.
It does, doesn't it?
You talking about the resort she part owns?
Yes.
There isn't a volcano. No.
You're gonna have to make one.
That doesn't mean there isn't one somewhere on the planet.
I hear they're made out of explosions, fire, and earth.
But we've got those.
So earth, wind, and fire?
Captain Planet would be a lot more interesting if 3 of the elements were those things. That's all I'm saying. Look, yeah, that's the. I suppose the question is what are you expecting out of her that would make you happy? Like, do you see any solution to this problem that's, I suppose, eating away at you clearly despite everything else?
I don't even know what the big problem is. She just won't talk to me. Won't say anything. I get secondhand from my sisters, and that's about it. If she actually talked to me instead of sending abusive messages. And now she's threatening to leave the family for good, and I'm going, it's not what I want, it's not what should happen. I mean, it's not what Mum wants.
You can't blame yourself, though, right?
I can't blame myself, but it seems to be on the coattails of what I've done or what I could do. I don't know.
Your heart's too big, Tiela, that's your problem.
Yeah, Logan keeps telling me that.
Some people
renegade.
just... Some
You
people
need all
just...
the extra pumping for the blood, for the big boobs. Come on, you know that.
Some people are just not worth caring about.
Like Logan.
I know, but again, she is family.
I wish there was something I could do to fix this, but I don't think there's any solution.
No, until she wants to talk, it's sort of, I'll just keep sending messages.
Have you thought about just storming in, kicking down her door, and just demanding an answer, or at least a fight to the death?
It's finding her, knowing where she is, and
She's on the planet right now.
yeah.
Such a narrowing down.
Where would she? She wouldn't stay here.
It's an
And
Asari commando somewhere on Thessia. Easy, stand out like a sore thumb.
quite likely she's probably staying in the barracks and stuff, but I don't know. And
Or on the ship that's still...
We'll just ram it and then find her, murder her apparently, and then carry on.
How much influence does your mother have over her?
Very little.
from what I've seen, not much. I don't know if Mum's even tried.
I feel like I need to talk to your mother.
Oh shit.
Sorry, I don't like that this is eating you up. That's my job.
There it is.
And you do a very fine job of it.
I know.
Awesome content.
Sorry, I just try and lighten things up when I can. Sorry if my jokes seem inappropriate now.
No, it's fine.
I don't like seeing you upset.
I don't like being upset. I like...
And I can already tell from us talking and everything that You're not just going to be able to push her aside and not think about her.
It's for the longest time I haven't been able to actually talk to them, see them, be a part of their life.
Yeah, hasn't the others have at least opened up to you though once that went away?
But
In
she's
fact, Lysiana said when you were on Ilium a few months back earlier in the year, you even kind of snuck in a little visit even when you were still being hunted.
maybe.
Not quite how it went down, but
Only just got out, but
as I recall, we tried to disguise you as someone else, and she was just like, "Fucking take that hat and false mustache off." Who do you think you're fucking kidding?
those fucking boobs give it away.
We strapped them down and put little false mustaches on them.
Point.
Nipple mustaches. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth in peace.
Fuck
You
that.
know, what if this is what it takes, I'm going to hunt her down and talk to her.
Oh yeah, that's going to go well.
I don't know if that will go well. And
I don't care.
I care
At
about
least
you.
I tried. What's she gonna do, kill me? Please, I'm too high profile.
We literally went to a game earlier where someone was
Yeah.
shot with a sniper.
Anything's possible. I don't think she would, but anything's possible. I don't know.
Somebody just needs to storm up to her and say, "Bitch, what's your deal? Out with it. Let's."
That's it. I've had two sisters that have done exactly that.
Again, I can give her a copy of the conversation I had with her, but no one's mentioning it to the one person who can provide you the answers.
I don't know that you did.
Just too much of a ninja.
Yep. Now, what she needs is for someone in an officer and gentleman marshal jacket to just storm into her place of work and just like throw her back into like a dip kiss. And that will totally solve the problem forever and all time.
I'm willing to take one for the team.
Yeah, it's two of them now. You want to
He
take
just
some
picks
team.
it up and it goes, and yeah.
No.
No son of mine.
Sorry, that's what it would be. And you're no son of mine.
Literally doesn't even make sense. Yeah, hilarious.
So your sisters have tried.
Yep. I don't know if Mum has, but I'm assuming she has.
I'll ask her. Be right back.
Quick, run off to the club and get drunk.
Gets up, just picks up her bathrobe that she wraps it around herself.
Is she not even going to have a shower?
She had one before they had sex.
Have you actually ever? Because I'm going to fucking tell you now.
An episode only needs one shower scene. Cram as many people into it as you can.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Hey, Black Widow's got a shower.
No, that's the problem.
Thought they were the least of their problems.
It is.
Yeah. And then she leaves the room.
It's so sad.
Okay, that's a thing.
Just
She's just-
And then over the battle net, there's a picture of Gasalis dancing on the dance floor.
And I thought the night couldn't get any weirder.
And blending in.
No, son of mine!
No one will see me at all. The two lines of people that he's dancing down through the middle of. Like a ghost, a ninja. Go and see. Ninja ghost.
You don't know what either of those things are.
He goes on Ferris Bueller and just gets the entire club dancing to him. Oh well, so we'll go back to the club until Tiala's girlfriend comes back.
Maybe.
Your private club.
Yeah, so I don't know about any specific socializing. My primary goal is to get as hammered as possible,
Oh.
and that I'm going to try and keep up with Gorak. And by that I mean I'm going to drink out of the same size vessel that he does.
But
Oh.
you have a tiny little straw.
I'll get a bigger straw.
and
I'll
he has a
fabricate
great
one.
big wide mouth.
Yeah, you. I think it's literally impossible to keep up with him if he wants to.
I can try.
You could try to beat him in number, but you will die.
That's okay.
That's a possibility.
I
I'm
mean,
fine
you
with
can
that.
try and you can try and keep up or beat him in number. You just won't be able to keep up with speed.
What you do is you con Jim to come and join you.
Nah, Jim's a lightweight.
Yeah, we discovered that.
That's the joke.
Oh no, it's alcoholic. Oh.
Yeah!
That was only because it was Krogan booze.
Would that stop you from making fun of him if he was your friend?
Nah.
Hey, I'm a wimpy quarren and I've drunk Krogan booze.
That explains
The brain damage.
The brain damage.
Brain damage.
strain damage.
Brain damage.
Your vital organs are just infused.
The vital organ. Yeah.
Yeah, Rosa is making a serious effort to drink. Drink one, drink two, and just deliberately pacing herself, just trying to drink as much money as possible.
Well, of course, so Ma'ara's going to come over and just lean on the bench beside you and watch you with a smirk. Really taking advantage of this, aren't you?
I have to try it.
You and your 50 friends are drinking on my tab.
I could carry 3 of these in each hand. So Logain
Technically,
has scaled to Logain. 3 of them go, thank you.
Turn looks at you and shakes her head.
Jim, Jeanette, Hiccup, Daniel. I've got one left.
Très magnifique.
Opal and,
Tor?
At
Oh, he wouldn't be able to drink that type, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Oh, there's Enrique's there.
yeah, here you go.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, this is a big one.
It is.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dad, you could have given it a taste there.
Where is Tess?
Tess is on the dance floor.
With
Currently, she's just solo.
Everybody.
I mean, there's other people up there, but she's not dancing with anybody in particular. Remarkably good. But then there's Asari always just seemed to be natural at it.
You just take the limiters off these hips, and you don't know where they'll stop.
Yeah. Jeanette
Okay.
and Enrique will actually go up and dance together.
I'm going to watch the dance of their people.
Rosa will take time out of the thing because she's going to go and talk to Ator and get just ask him about the whole experience of him coming to the Citadel and finding out he was biotic and all the thing and what his experience was like. And
Oh, so Ator, I suppose to condense this a bit, Ator did not know he was a biotic originally, and then thanks to his friends, we're doing some what was the investigation into why he was taken by the Void Wraith. They managed to ascertain that pills that had been given to him and he'd been told by his parents were immunity boosters were in fact biotic suppressors.
Man, is it just me or does everyone lie about biotics to their family in this game?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
well,
Wait.
Nice.
Wait a minute. What's Dad not telling Logain?
Heck is biotic.
That would be perfect.
That would be
that is-
perfect.
It's not
Yeah.
true.
No, it's his brother.
Don't have a brother.
You know, he's a merchant. I'm proud
I
of it.
don't have a brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Hika's not bionic. I'm going to tell you that straight up.
Damn, that would have been a selling point for Daniel. Also, you know what biotics can do, right?
No, why?
They can do this thing
No,
without
wait, no,
their...
tell me. What does... nod, walk away. No, that's not information. That's vague.
They can do this thing
No.
without their hands.
Hands free.
It's just like a big glowing blue hand come out and like... No?
Oh god.
Chris, what are you talking about, Daniel?
One finger.
I'll give him a 6-digit number. But not one of you are cultured enough to get that.
No.
Fuck off, all of you.
Is it like one of those source numbers where it turns into a comic book if you enter it through an engine I don't actually know what it is?
No, never mind then. You clearly don't need to know. I also don't know. I don't know where they came from.
Oh, okay. And I don't speak French.
Sure you don't, pal. 3 times I've proven that now.
Nonsense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you're getting hammered with
Well, with everyone.
everyone.
The more he gets hammered, the more widely travelled amongst the club he becomes.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ator, yeah, he's talking with Rosa, and yeah, once it was proven that he was taking biotic suppressors and was in fact actually biotic, he was given the choice as to whether he wanted to either keep taking the pills. He could actually get surgery that would stop him ever being able to use biotics,
Oh, that's an option, by the way. We forgot about that.
or he could choose to become a biotic, and he chose to become a biotic.
Because
Which
why
worked out
would-
quite well, because that's the choice Noel actually made when he was playing Ator, and then it wasn't long afterwards that
Yeah.
that whole
Ambulance
madness
incident.
happened, and
The fridge too far.
and so it was a convenient way of getting rid of Ator without having to kill him off or anything.
I thought it was gold that attacked the ambulance.
It
Yeah,
was.
but that was the incident that
That was
We
the
lost
sort of
3
final
players.
straw where it's like,
We just stopped.
you know what? I'm
We're
sick
done.
of Mr. Dice cheating the psycho, and unfortunately Noel has to
Noel's a
go
package
to...
deal,
Yeah.
kind of, unfortunately.
like
Yeah.
the flipping of the ambulance wasn't the only thing he's ever done in
No, it
any of
wasn't
their
even the
games.
worst
It wasn't
thing.
even the worst thing. It was just the final
Wait,
straw.
was he Dr. Goodman?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember some stories about him.
Well,
And-
the ambulance thing was like, because he seemed to be like on the mend. He was doing really well, and then he just became Hayden again.
And then you ask, why'd you flip the ambulance?
Don't
Oh,
know.
well, they're antagonising me. No, they're answering every single
Yeah, the
question.
closest they got to antagonising you was just because of the fact that he demanded information, and they're like, well, "Who are you? You're not authorised, like, to ask that private medical information."
And then on the next note was he was there with Tim's character, and Tim
Tim did shit to stop that.
didn't stop it.
I mean, I realised that, like, Tim being a drow, there's not a whole lot he could have done physically to stop it, but he didn't even pee.
Or like called low gain problem.
Yeah. So anyway, we bought a new ambulance for the hospital. To
Yeah,
sort
their
of, to
current
sort of
ship
shush it up.
funds that was being built up at that point
Just disappeared.
disappeared to buy a new ambulance. to
We would
replace it.
have the frigate, or be in negotiations by now for the frigate.
That was towards the end of season 1, so basically their season 1's entirety of life savings up to that point basically just
Bought
went
an ambulance.
pew, back to zero. Let's start again.
Yeah.
Because
So, you know,
Brutal.
it was a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and he decided to choose to look into his biotic training, which meant he had to leave the group because Quarians learning biotics is particularly dangerous due to suit breaches and other things. So he basically says that it's more dangerous for Quarians than other races to learn.
As it turns out, humans going to give them a room for their money. The accelerated training program was particularly brutal.
Gotta play catch up. They're like
No.
the fucking DC.
No, you
fucking
fucking
cinematic universe.
You fucking don't, humans. This is actually the problem with humans in the setting.
You're at space now. You're okay.
Is that they do just jump way in too deep and they just get
Everybody's-
fucked by it.
Everybody's ahead of us.
The other problem is they didn't even ask for help in the
No,
programs.
No, it wasn't until they like, oh, we can't do this, we need to ask for help. So they, of course, went to the Turians.
Yes, they did go to the Turians.
Yeah,
and they got a fucking racist
Nazi.
Nazi cunt bag
Man,
to teach
he
them.
was
Like, they could not have picked a worse person.
No, he was just...
Vernus?
Yeah, something like that. Commander Vernus.
Literally Idiasari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, apparently, they didn't get an Asari because Asari don't apparently make terribly good teachers to races that don't have their natural proclivity. Because like Asari, it's like, oh, let it do this. Whereas every other race is like, no, got to drag it up. It's like getting a woman to try and teach a male channeler. Like that's not that extreme, but it's similar. It's like, so they wanted like a Solarian or so they definitely didn't want a Batarian.
I actually took it as it was deliberately done that way, and they wanted them to hate Turians because that's who we're probably going to wind up fighting eventually. And we want you.
Could be, but like.
Yeah, I do know. Sorry, they do channel the biotics different too. Yeah.
Because they don't really have to go into effort to make something happen.